Okay, just want to let you know we've had a little bit of lull. We've been playing catch up, trying to get a bunch of programming projects done before, promoting a bunch of updates and related. But we do have the levels indicator done, and I'm posting it out to the group today. We decided to simplify it. This is the third version of the build. And I've definitely noticed that NT8, the most recent build versions have been a bit buggy with some of the stuff that they've changed as a result of the updates. So we had to account for the last update, and I just said, hey, let's simplify this, get it out to the group, and we can add features and enhance it and incorporate additional items going forward. But I want the core functionality working. And what it is, in our NT8 additional training room and also in the Algo IQ program, I have specific videos on 4-hour chart levels. And, it's kind of nice for somebody to be able to track those levels with a tool that's basically automated. It's doing it for you, so you don't have to sit there and keep track of levels by drawing them, which I've been doing for years. And this tool will completely eliminate my need for ever drawing levels on a 4-hour chart again, even though, it's not that hard to do, but it just, it makes it easier. It's being handled automatically. So anyhow, this is getting added to the prop trading indicators program today. It will obviously be part of the indicator subscription package. We've added this into, let me show you right now, what we call the PTI bundle from an activation standpoint. So when you go to the prop trading indicators folder, we have this within the bundle with the adaptive trend cloud and the PTI levels and all that good stuff. So we're utilizing one of our existing activation slots for the indicator to keep everything simple. So this is PTI, Prop Trading Indicators, PTI Levels Indicator from proptradingindicators.com. I currently have it set on a 60-minute chart. I recommend you use this on time-based charts. We kind of built it for that. I guess you could use it on some other time frame if you wanted to, or different bar type. But what I'm doing, instead of putting it on a 4-hour chart that aligns with my 4-hour chart levels tracking videos, whether you're in the Algo IQ program or you're in the Prop Trading Indicators Pivot Point Trading program, the same video, and then I covered M pattern, W patterns, levels sweeps, levels tests, very, very important stuff to be aware of when you're trading. Just really good price pattern and price level training. And so what I've done is I've set it on a 60-minute chart, but I'm looking back 4 bars. So in other words, I'm saying, hey, levels indicator, let me know the most recent high pivot and the most recent low pivot in the last 4 60-minute bars. So this kind of works for me. I can see a little bit more of the price action. I could put it on a 4-hour chart and say look back bars 1, meaning every 1 bar back, tell me where the next highest high is or the next lowest low. We do have the ability to use the close of the candles instead of wick. I've always tracked on the wick because wicks are important on time-based charts. Keep past levels. It's important to keep that checked at all times. And then hide broken levels, meaning where the market's traded through a level. So hide them, or I can uncheck that and let's see what that does. Now I can see a bunch of prior levels, X amount of bars back. So, you can see all the action that was taking place. So I don't need to see that. So that feature, we added that in. So you can have your charts where you only see. So basically what we're doing is from the right-hand side of the chart, where the rubber meets the road, going to the left-hand side, any level that has not yet been taken out, going up or going down, is covered. So very, very cut and dry, completely in alignment with my 4-hour chart training. but the flexibility where you could use it on any time frame you want. Totally up to you. You could even use it on like a 3 minute chart to track just where all the key levels are up and down, intraday. So tons of flexibility. And then we do have for performance, the total amount of levels you could have stored, max rendered levels, minimum distance and ticks. I just put that 20 ticks. I'm on the MNQ, meaning I don't need to see levels that are less than 20 ticks apart. So if this level and this level were 20 ticks apart, the higher of the two would be shown and the other one wouldn't. That's totally flexible. You can adjust that because you might be trading it on gold or the ES. So everything is in ticks. And the max window bars, meaning from here back, we're looking back up to 1,000 bars. And you can adjust that. Now I have this chart set on 90 days of data. So I'm running a 60-minute chart. I probably could set the chart to just 60 days of data. If I'm on a 4-hour chart, probably going to be looking at least 90 days of data. Just a nice amount to leave it set all the time in your data series settings. Okay, you can get rid of the label, leave it there. Leaving auto scaling on makes a lot of sense. You can set the colors to whatever you want. Matter of fact, let's set this to just regular old lime from lime green. You can set it as a dot, a solid line, a dash, and so on. You have all that options. The width of the line, how thick it is, you can set it there. And then let me show you another feature. Let me just update that because I changed the color to lime. Now, I currently have my chart, my 4-hour chart set. I think I have it set in a 30 right side margin. So properties, I like to have some gap. I don't like to have my organic current bar slammed right up against the right side price axis. So I've gone in here and I've set my right side margin at 30 units. So that way I have a 30 unit gap. Now in the indicator, let me show you what you can do with the indicator. Okay, so let's go here. I have the extension set at a setting of 20, meaning if I have that set to just 0, watch what happens to the lines. So keep an eye on that. Let's hit apply. It terminates basically on the current bar. Now, I like to have some extension. You might not. You might like your charts right up against the hard right edge and you just want to see the levels. I want to see some extension, so I put in here a 20 and apply, and that way the lines kind of extend forward. And I could do it even farther if I wanted to, farther out. But, that works for me. I don't need to see the lines go out, into the next county. Just as long as there's a little bit of extension beyond the current organic bar that's, not yet closed. And the levels are currently plot at any prior closed bar. And I have it set on the wicks. You could have it set on the close. Some traders like it on the close. I don't use it that way, but I understand why some use it that way more for intraday stuff. And then pretty much everything. I don't like having price markers on. That's off. Scale justification to the right. And then visible, yes, I want to see everything. So pretty straightforward. This is a starting point. Now we'll get feedback from the group, and then we'll add the audible alerts. So when price pierces a level, you'll have an audible alert. And we'll probably do 2 audible. I kind of want to put it out to the group, make sure everything's working for everybody. And then we'll layer in some additional features like, outputs for third-party tools when a level is busted. And then I think what I'm going to do, but we'll get consensus from the group, you probably want 2 audible alerts, right? You want an audible alert if we're busting resistance and a separate audible alert if we're busting support versus just having one audible alert whether we bust to the upside or the downside. Does that make sense to you guys? So if you're already in the PTI group, regardless of what program you're in, let us know. This is a tool that will go out to everybody. The basic plan, you'll get it. The advanced plan, you'll get it. And those on just indicator only subscription, you get this because that's what I promised back when I first built it, that it was a tool that everybody at all levels. Now, what I like about it and where I really love tracking levels is, let's just take a scenario and let's say the market was right here on that green candle. So let's hypothetically say I'm trading and the market is right near a level, and then let's say I see it pierce the level. So what do I do then? I've just swept a level that's, pretty key from back in the past. And it's just above some other pivots where the market had stalled before. But this time the market got it past that area, and let's say it pierced up. So this level has now been a level sweep. We've had a level sweep. What I might do then, I might go turn on the PPG1, or I should say my PPG1 chart with the PPG1 indicator and the pivot point strat. I might go turn that on and put it in short only mode, because I don't care how long the extension is. At some point when the market flips and I get a short signal, I can take a shot at it. Or maybe I put it on the ATC strat. I'm going to wait for the adaptive trend cloud. So remember now, in the advanced pack, you get 4 fully automated trading systems. You get the river strat, you get the STI strat, you get the adaptive trend cloud, the ATC strat, and you get the original core pivot point strat. So this is a very comprehensive program with 4 fully automated systems on the advanced pack. On the basic pack, you get the core heavy lifting automated strategy, the pivot point trading strategy. And that one, you can use a bust of these levels then to look for trade setups where you go turn on the automated. And I know a lot of my experienced traders don't trade right out of the open. They literally wait till the market breaks a level that's a key level, and then they engage. I used to trade that way in the past, and it works just fine. Like, I wait till a key level is busted or tested, a test or a sweep, then I'll go turn on automation to take advantage of that level. And remember, the market might go and sweep a level and trade down a bit. And let's say I'm trading short only mode. I can also just turn on the strategy and leave it in long and short. So if the first signal is a short, it'll get me in. But then if the market turns around and then decides to break out and run, I might get a little bit on the short, and then it reverses to long. I might get a big 100 point extension move where the market breaks out. The automation will catch both trades. So it's a really wonderful way to dial in and maybe you decide you just want to be a levels trader, a trader that's hitting levels on key time frames and then engaging the automated strategy that you like best out of the 4 that we offer. So anyhow, there you got it. The levels indicator is now out to the group. Pretty straightforward. This is like the beginning. We'll put it in your hands, get feedback. We will absolutely be adding audible alerts and outputs for third-party tools. I just want everybody to work with it as is for a day or two, just to make sure it's working on everybody's end. There's no obvious bugs. I've been running it now, replay mode. It's been working fine for me, and it was working fine for the programmer. But it's better. We'll put it in everybody's hands in the group. You get this, no extra cost. If you see anything obvious, always shoot that to me in email. Don't type technical issues in the Discord room. I can't keep track of all that. It's better to shoot me an email, and then we'll nip it in the butt. We'll get it fixed right away if there's any bug. And then when I see everything's stable, nobody's having any issues, which likely will be already Tuesday, I'll be deciding from feedback how to add in the audible alerts. And the third-party tools outputs, I already know what I'm going to do there, but just want to get it out to the group. So there you have it. The PTI levels indicator is now out. to the prop trading indicators group at all levels, no matter where you're at or which plan you're on.